Hi, I'm Matt, and today I'm showing you how to check your brake disc and pads and see if they're worth replacing or whether you can keep them for when you do your own brake inspection on your car. Here's the brake disc on this car. It doesn't look very good, as you can see. It's quite grooved, a little bit of a lip. But here's the DTI gauge on it. I'm going to check it. That's just about moving about between a couple of thou as I rotate it, which means it needs either skimmed or replaced. But because these are thin, I'm going to just replace them. That's how you check it. One of the ways to check a brake disc anyway. The other way is to check the thickness of the disc, which I'll do as well. But this is to see whether it's warped or not. And if it's any more than one thou, you just replace them. Or if you can get away with skimming it, you could do that. I think in metric it's 0.025. Anything more than that, or certainly, one or two thou, absolute most, then you would change them. But the idea is to keep them as true as possible. So you're looking for one thou of movement. And this is what I do when I check all my brakes. So I know if they need to be replaced before I just go ahead and replace them. So the next thing that you need to do is check the thickness in different places. So using this micrometer, just straight in and on the end until it lightly stops. And you count the marks. That's 5, 6, 7, 7.2. See, we've got the 7 there. The 8 lines there. So we've got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're half marks. That's 5, 6, 7. That's 7.5. And then another 2.5 on top of that. If that makes any sense. So it's 775. So it's actually not worn down to the disc said it should be 7mm minimum thickness. You can do this in different areas and compare the readings, different places, but they didn't look great anyway. Maybe I could have cleaned them up, but the grooves on it wasn't worth using it. The main reason for this one was because the bearing's inside the disc and I needed to replace a bearing on one side of it, but it's not worth putting them into discs which are so bad looking anyway, so I just changed it, bought a set of new discs that had the new bearings inside. Although the according to the Haynes manual for this car, if we look at the rear brake disc, right, it says the disc run out in millimeters, the maximum is 0.07, and that's about 3 thou. I think, roughly. Might be wrong there, but it does sound quite high. 0.025 is 1 thou, so yeah, it's about 3 thou. So it's a bit more than I would say for run out. Doesn't actually give you run out for the front. Yeah, it does. The front's the same, 0.07, so that's about 3 thou that they're saying. And the minimum thickness on the back of the disc is 6.5. So we went down to the minimum thickness. Like I say, I'm changing it because I don't think it was worth putting a wheel bearing into discs that are this well on the way. Plus, the other disc was worse than this one. So that's things that you would check though, if you're going to do your disc and pads, if you want to know if it's worth changing. In this case, you could maybe just clean up the surface and reuse them because they're thick enough and they're not warped. And hardly warped at all, so you could get away with reusing them. But that's stuff that you probably won't get done in a garage. They would just look at it and think, I can see rust on that. So I'll just tell the customer you need disc and pads because they don't have time to go and measure stuff with a DTI or a micrometer. Another thing, we have a vernier caliper as well as the micrometer. and the DTI gauge that I've already used. This one is for the brake pad minimum thickness, and we're asked, according to the Haynes manual, to replace them when they get to 10 millimeters, including the back plate and the pad material, the total. In this case, this one is 12 millimeters. You see there's the 10, and we've got 2 stripes over, 12. So they're not down to what the Haynes manual says to replace them at. That would be fine to reuse if you're having a service, but you'd certainly be recommending it, you know, to replace them soon. Like I say, I've changed them because of a wheel bearing, and I wouldn't fit a wheel bearing into brakes and pads that are this state, so I've just done them all at the same time. I just thought I'd show you the correct way of checking your own brakes and what it is that you're actually checking when you check them. Thanks for watching. I hope you found some of it useful.